And now for a special message from RabbidLuigi.
Oh, I'm not very good at this. Hello, my name is RabbidLuigi, once again embarking on my everlasting quest to be as far away from the camera as possible when doing these announcements. 2015 for me was a great year. I even got into the habit of doing weekly countdowns, and the plan is for 2016 to be more of the same. However, there is something going to be going on in the background that's going to make this year a little bit more interesting, as my voiceover will now explain.
Thanks, me. As I said, the aim is for a similar kind of output as last year, and there really isn't anything that might get in the way of that. However, I'm looking towards the bigger picture, and plain and simple, guys, I'd like to move house. There's nothing too problematic about where I'm living now, but the location, kind of sort of out in the middle of fucking nowhere, is kind of an issue with dealing with internet providers and general proximity to anything interesting. As it is now, my internet is this satellite, so the latency is through the roof, rendering online multiplayer and streaming a pipe dream. There's also a 100 gigabyte monthly limit, which for the amount of shit I download to make videos is not really enough. Thankfully it becomes unlimited after midnight, but it means that I usually go to sleep about 4 in the morning. So maybe not as good as it could be.
I'm sure you've got lots of questions like, what does all this mean? Why should I care? And where would you go? Well, simply, if I was to move to a land with better internet, I would be more productive. In short, you would get more videos. I might even be able to start streaming, you never know. As for where, there's only ever been one place that I've wanted to go. It's called Canada.
In my last few years of school, I had plans to travel around the world in an anti-clockwise direction, starting with Canada and moving on from there. And I've kind of stuck with the idea of living in Canada ever since. Makes more sense of what I'm doing now since it's relatively close to all these gaming cons that I'd love to go to. More specifically Vancouver. I've always liked being near the coast, as you can see. Financially I'm doing alright, but with YouTube trying its hardest to make things awkward and unpredictable, I feel like I need a more reliable form of income. Time to boot that Patreon up again.
2 years ago I put myself on Patreon with the idea being that monthly donations would be enough to help me go professional on YouTube. I didn't get too many takers on it, but I did go professional at the start of 2015, so it all worked out in the end. I did start to abandon it when I realised it wasn't as helpful as it could be, but now I've got a more focused goal. I would like to start it up again.
So yeah, Patreon, you can put forward a monthly donation of anything from $1 to $50 and receive rewards ranging from weekly updates to free t-shirts. It's all quite simple. The goal isn't particularly massive, I don't really need that much, but anything you can give will go a long way towards pushing me in the direction I want to go in. Frankly, I'm looking for an excuse to reward people. There's a few things I want to try out.
Anyway, sorry for taking so long to explain what I'm going to do with my Patreon, but I think it's best if I go into a fair amount of detail as to why exactly I've relaunched it. There should be a link on the video somewhere, and indeed in the description if you want to help out, so head over there. It could be very, very helpful for me. If this video goes up when I think it's going to, there should be a video later about series that need a revival, a countdown indeed, so you can go watch that afterwards if you like. It's going to be good. Keep an eye out of that. I'm going to go inside because it's quite cold and quite bitter and really not a nice day, and I will see you all next time.